and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops.
And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, we got some breaking news. Today was the day that we landed four-star tight end, Theodore Ohrstrom. I believe I got that right, believe it or not. But his name is Theodore Ohrstrom. This is the four-star 2023 tight end from Sweden. Yes, guys, he's actually from Sweden. He made a commitment, and his commitment video came from Sweden. So it's really, really funny because I remember on Twitter, I was going back and forth with a guy, and I posted something out there, and I keep on saying this too, like, hey man, we have to continue to push the brand out there. Immediately, he responded, what brand? Well, the guys in Sweden think otherwise. It's a brand out there in Sweden, guys. Believe it or not, they know about Texas A&M. So this is what I'll be talking about. That's why I say, man, I see what you guys put out there. I know you guys don't like it because of the simple fact of that it's Texas A&M, and Texas A&M is taking football for real. They are taking it for real. Not only football, but other sports as well. But anywho, we have this young man. He committed at about 9:30 this morning, USA time. I have no clue what time it was over there in Sweden. But he committed about 9:30 this morning, USA time. And this is a really, really huge commitment. So he goes along with our 2023 quarterback, Eli Holston. That's from Louisiana out there. Also, he goes along with two other prospects that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to mention in a minute. But let's see who they really compared this young man to. So, first off, he's about 6'6". He has a real solid body frame. He has a tight end body frame, period. But this young man got offers from all over. He didn't just get offers from Texas A&M University, of course. But he got offers from some of the more elite programs like Oklahoma, LSU, Ohio State, Alabama. Who else did he get offers from? Of course, I'm not going to go through all of them. Florida State. Who else? Arizona State was one of them. But yeah, man, he just got offers from all over. Like I say, they're comparing him to the Indianapolis Colts tight end, Jack Doyle. They got him projected as like a day 3 whenever he comes out for the NFL draft, in which I don't believe at all. But to see the simple fact that the tight end position is a more premier position in College Station is crazy. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. And we cannot thank Jimbo Fisher and James Cooley enough, and Daryl Dickey as well, for what these guys have done with that position, to where we have some of the more elite tight ends coming in and saying, hey, man, I want to go play for that Jimbo Fisher tight end friendly offense. Look, I said that when he first got hired. I say Jimbo Fisher is a tight end to quarterback type of coach. His wide receivers will come and play because they're the wide receivers. But he is a tight end to quarterback friendly coach, and he will make sure that tight end gets utilized heavily. Jimbo Fisher, I know for sure, has had one tight end going the first round. I'm not sure if he's had about 2 or 3, but I know if he didn't have 2, well, he's going to get his number 2 one is going to be Jalen Watermeyer when he goes in the first round. There's a lot of people probably ain't gonna want to believe that, but then again, I don't hear any smoke about Jalen Watermeyer and what he has done at that position. So Jalen Watermeyer is another one that Jimbo Fisher can honestly, put his name on, put his handprint on, and say, yeah, man, I develop tight ends over here. And whenever Baylor Cup gets up and going, whether it's this year or next year, in which I don't believe he'll come out until the year after that. He will be in that prime spot, but we are going to use Baylor Cup heavily. That guy is going to play an integral part of this offense. But he will be another one that will go in the first round. I honestly think we have first round tight ends in this offense. But this young man here is coming in there with a elite tight end group that we already have. So, like I said, man, you put him with Eli Holston, which is the quarterback that's coming in with him. Man, this 2023 class is shaping up to be something else. And I know we have a lot of defense in that 2022 class, but that was to solidify something. That was to solidify depth, going forward on that defensive side of the ball. Now, in this 2023 class, I can honestly say, as well as others, we see nothing but offense coming in. This is going to be an offensive class, period. But we are on the board for 1 5-star, and it's going to be a couple more after that, trust me. But we are on the board for a 5-star defensive lineman. Again, I know, right? We can't get too many defensive linemen. But this is who he'll be joining in that 2023 class. Quarterback Eli Holston from Zachary, Louisiana. He's a 4-star as well. He's nationally number 81. Anthony James, in which was our first ever commitment in the 2023 class. He's a 4-star as well, nationally 101. And our offensive tackle from Spring Branch, Texas out there. He's also a 4-star, nationally 303. So he'll be joining some folks. Nationally ranked, we are the fourth best class at the moment in the 2023 cycle. Let me see. No, I'm sorry. We are the third best class in the 2023 cycle. We are behind the programs of Oklahoma and Georgia in the 2023 class. That says something. That says something a whole lot. This recruiting, man. So I always say, you guys, I love recruiting. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love to see where these kids came from to where they're going to go. That says a whole lot about them. That says a whole lot about the family that's behind them, pushing them to get to where they want to be. That's why I love recruiting, man. Recruiting is the future, okay? So you guys have to remember that. Once again, I cannot say this enough. I hate when people say that stars don't matter. At the end of the day, stars does matter. Anaya Smith is one of them. That guy was a high 3-star. I can hear people right now. What do you mean a high 3-star? I've never even heard that before. A high 3-star. High 3-star is that you were on the borderline of being a 4-star. All right. But Anaya Smith is a true athlete. He can be used anywhere on that offensive side of the ball. And he's excelled at it. And I believe Anaya Smith will be like a late first-round pick, man. Believe that or not. He would be like a late first-round pick. But stars does matter. Sometimes you're not ranked, only because of the simple fact of mostly everybody didn't get a chance to see any film on you, stuff like that. So stuff does happen, man. But like I said, man, this recruiting is a big part of the future. And as I've heard, man, Jimbo Fisher was in the middle of a press conference and he paused on the media and said, "Hold on, guys, 1 second. Let me, text this recruit back, or let me tweet this recruit back." And he said, "Hey, I don't think you can get in trouble for texting back or tweeting back." So you can tell that man loves recruiting. He loves recruiting. He recruits himself as well as the other guys that are nationally known for recruiting, like Ohio State, Oklahoma, Alabama, LSU, stuff like that, Georgia. Yeah, man. So you have to really love recruiting if you're going to really put yourself in the top spot of it all, man. You have to really, really, really put the work in. So that's why I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is a nonstop job. A nonstop job. So speaking of that, let's get into some recruiting here. So I'm going to tell you guys like this. And this is once again in the famous words of Bobby Taylor himself. And also now I'm seeing Bryce Anderson. He's all over. I'm seeing you, Bryce. These guys are coming out now. Please keep in mind that safety Bryce Anderson will be coming out early. He will graduate early and step on the A&M campus in January, as well as the 2022 quarterback commit, Connor Wegman. He will graduate early as well, and he will step out there in January. So, man, look here, man. These guys want to come and be a part of something special. They don't want to wait for too long. It ain't no reason for it. These guys want to graduate early, but they are going to, be a part of their teams now. So I love that about these guys, that these guys want to get out early just to see what it really is when they're there on campus. So I told you, man, also, if everybody wants to play a part in this year's football world, in this 2021 season, this is one we can all honestly say we're looking at that Texas A&M program take everybody on their roster and put them in a position to play. Wow, that is teamwork. I feel the energy that these guys are giving off. That's why I give you guys so much energy. They're giving me energy to give to you guys, man. So, and also, man, you guys are backing them up. I'm talking to the Aggie Nation out there. I'm talking to Aggie Land, the 100,000 strong. I still see where people say, man, those guys stand up the entire game. That is, hey, that's a tradition, man. That's not some people are going to sit down. It is what it is, because of, medical concerns and stuff. But that is a tradition. That is a heavy tradition with Texas A&M University. They're known for standing up. And this has been happening way since the R.C. Slocum days. I'm going to say that once again. This has been happening way since the R.C. Slocum days and even before that. This is what this family brings. It is a heavily, heavily family that follows you forever. Myself, man, I'm not even much an A&M alum, but my Aggie family accepted me and treats me like I'm an Aggie alum now. I'm dead serious about that, man. Hey, this is a true family. It is a family. And all of these guys support me. So I want these kids that's coming in to know that they have the full support. They have the support, man, of everybody. When I tell you that this Aggie family has supported me and many others for a minute now, hey, man, I cannot say enough. But this here in the 2022 cycle, I just want to run through this real quick. They have an updated player ranking. So I'm going to give you the updated player rankings. Mr. Walter Nolan himself is now the #1 recruit. I'm going to say that once again. Mr. Walter Nolan himself, the defensive lineman from out of Powell, Tennessee, he is now the #1 player in the nation for the 2022 cycle. He is now #1, people. Big Walter, if you're listening, come on home. Come on home to Aggieland, baby. It just amazes me of that we wasn't even considered in this man's top 5 until he came to the barbecue and the pool party. And he seen that family and he felt that family. He felt the vibe, and the vibe was right to him. It was really, really right to him. And he put us in his top 3. he put us in his top 3, man. So that goes to show you that we are really, really okay. So can you imagine if we land Walter Nolan? Do you not know how many people will be pissed off? Do you know how many fan bases will be pissed off? It'll be people coming out the woodworks saying this and that about Texas A&M is cheating. You guys need to investigate that program. You guys need to do this and that, and et cetera, et cetera. Oh, we're going to piss a lot of people off. But I can deal with it. Just like Jimbo Fish can deal with it. That's why he came here. He came here to win a title, but he came here to help this Aggie program out. And the kids that he's bringing in, he believes in each and every last one of these kids. That's why he hates when guys transfer out of the program, because he feels like he can use them and utilize them in other ways in which they thought they wouldn't get utilized in. That guy has passion for what he does, man. But if we land Walter Nolan, man, I don't know anymore, man. I'm speechless. All right. So number 1 is Walter Nolan. Number 2 is Travis Hunter. Of course, he's committed to Florida State out there. And this young man here, who I'm about to name, he has went from being a 30th, I think 31 or 32 best player in the nation to now the number 3 player in the nation. And this is why I want this guy so much. I want this guy bad, man. This is a wide receiver I really, really want. Evan Stewart from Frisco, Texas. This young man boosted all the way up the charts. I told you I wasn't lying. His position, he's number 1, and in the state of Texas alone, he's number 1. He's number 1. In the state of Texas, he is number 1. The guy that's behind him in the state of Texas is Harold Perkins. I'm going to say that once again. The guy that's behind him, that's the number 2 player in the state of Texas, is Harold Perkins. No, I'm sorry. Is Denver Harris. The cornerback, Denver Harris. And then after that, it's Harold Perkins. That's the number 3 best player in the state of Texas. Do you not know how big the state of Texas is for you to be in the top 5? You know how many kids you have to go down? How many academies you have to go through? That's a lot, man. That is a lot. So this guy has moved up to the number 1 player in the state of Texas right now, man. And this guy's getting a lot of buzz. So the one that's really, really on this radar, and I'm hoping that we can go in there and change everything around, as he still has us as like a warm, and he will show up for an official visit throughout the 2021 season. He will show up and do a visit. He's just been so busy, man, and Florida has been trying to keep him over there. Well, I just named the school, Florida. Dan Mullen is really, really, really trying to get this guy. He is really trying to get him. I understand Texas is on the board because that's where he was committed to at first. But I honestly don't see him going to Texas anymore. You can literally count Texas out, in my opinion. But the schools that are on the radar is Florida, Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M. These are the premier schools. I understand they have Texas up here as warm, and they have like a 6 medium of him going to Texas, like 86%. But that there is kind of old. I honestly don't see him going to Texas. That's me. And I'm not saying that because I'm an A&M homer, but I'm saying that because I honestly watched this recruit. I don't believe he's going to go there. It's going to be either Florida, Alabama, LSU, or Texas A&M. I'm praying to God we get him, bring him down to College Station. So Travis Shaw is the 4th best player. Damani Richardson from out of California over there, he is the 5th best player. If you guys haven't seen that young man, he's committed to USC, but if you haven't seen him, that young man can play that cornerback spot like no other, man. He's real good at it. This one here just made a shocking announcement. The number 6 player, in which he was ranked 20th at first, is Mr. Luther Burton. Yeah, Mr. Luther Burton. I think he was ranked as number 20. But Mr. Luther Burton, he's number 6 best player, wide receiver. He was committed to Oklahoma, but he decommitted yesterday. This was one I tweeted out there and said, hey, man, Aggieland, let's see if we can get him. Yes, a long shot, but you never know who's watching. And I think he can add us in that group, you know, if we play our cards right. But as of right now, he's crystal ball to Georgia or Mizzou. Those are the 2 schools that he's looking at. Like I say, hey, we didn't know that Walter Nolan was going to add us in his top 3. So Mr. Luther can honestly do the same. That's all I'm saying. Zach Rice is the number 7 player. This was one of the offensive linemen that I tweeted about as well. As of, going out and get him. Yeah, he may be a long shot, but he actually reacted to the tweet that I sent out there. So, Aggieland, if you're listening, Mr. Zach Rice, number 7 best player, offensive tackle. Of course, a 5-star recruit. Hey, put him out there. Shamar Stewart is the number 8 player. He hasn't changed. I still believe we have a shot at landing him as well. He's defensive lineman. Number 9 is Denver Harris. Denver Harris, if you're listening, young man, I will not give up on you. I understand that they have you crystal ball to Alabama right now, but I would not give up on you, man. I really, really want to see this man in the Aggie uniform. I really do, because I believe that him and Bobby Taylor could team up as well as others and create havoc in that backfield like no other. Him, Bobby Taylor, Shamar Stewart, and I'm gonna name somebody else. So Gabriel Brownlow Dendi is the number 10 best player as of right now. He's crystal ball to Oklahoma. But A&M is playing a huge role in getting this guy. And I believe that this will be one of the defensive linemen that will get in the top 25. This is one of them. I'm going to say that once again. This is one of them. I believe we can possibly get 3 defensive linemen that's all in the top 25. Believe that or not. I'm going to say that once again. I believe that we could possibly get 3 defensive linemen in the top 25. Believe that or not. That's all credit to Terry Price and what he has done. All right. Jeremiah Alexander, he's the number 11 best player. Number 12 is Devin Campbell. This man say, look, this is another one I don't want to give up on. I know he doesn't have us in his top 10 at all. He's more of on the Texas lean, but I once again, I don't think that he'll commit to Tech. I think, if anything, I think this young man will go to Oklahoma. I'm going to say that once again for the Oklahoma fans that's listening. I think that he will commit to Oklahoma. We can have a shot at getting him, Aggie family, but I wouldn't doubt that he will probably commit to Oklahoma, man. That's just me. It's just too many things going on inside that Texas program to where Sark has to take this year for what it is. You know what I mean? So you got to honestly believe that, hey, Jimbo Fisher did it. He took that first year for what it was, and he took it and rolled with it. Will Johnson is the number 13 best player. Of course, he's committed to Michigan, and I don't see that young man changing that commit ever. So number 14 is Harold Perkins. Like I say, at his position, he's number 1 in the state alone. He's number 4. Okay, so he's the 4th. All right. Okay, so yeah, so Devin Campbell is above him as well. So he's the 4th best player. At his position, though, he's number 1 in the country. He's still crystal ball to Texas A&M. I do not see that changing. I don't. He will commit during the Under Armour game. So Jaheim Singletary, I believe this was the guy that decommitted from Ohio State. And Georgia is in his top as well as Miami is in his top. He's from Jacksonville, Florida over there. So I believe one of those guys get him. Kevin Banks is the number 16 best player. 17 is C.J. Hicks, linebacker. He's committed to Ohio State. Amore Aber. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that I'm hearing say that Amore Aber can possibly be an A&M commit. I'm not going to doubt that because I do believe that he'll put us in there. But I don't see us in this warm box anywhere. So that's why I'm like, maybe not. But he's from Duncanville, Texas over there. As of right now he has OU as his lean. But I wouldn't doubt if he doesn't commit to OU or if he doesn't put A&M in there anywhere, he could possibly commit to Alabama. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like to get that right, but yeah, he could possibly commit to Alabama. Kamari Wilson, the safety. This is another one that we are in his top 5. So I can honestly say that it will be out of him or we can possibly get him. But as of right now, Georgia is the possible lean. But we can get Kamari Wilson, believe that or not. Josh Conley is the 20th best player, offensive tackle. As of right now, they got him queued to Washington. But Alabama, Michigan, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Texas is in his top. Number 21 is Malachi Starks, the linebacker. Of course, he's committed to Georgia. Kevin Coleman, wide receiver. This is a guy from out of Missouri, but he has Florida State, Alabama, Arizona State, Oregon, and Texas in his top. Walker Howard, of course, we all know that quarterback. He's been committed to LSU for a very long time. Will Campbell, the offensive tackle. He's been committed to LSU for a very long time now. Connor Wingman You know, hey, A&M fans, where you at? Connor Wingman, 25th best player, and that didn't change at all. Cade Klubnik. I watched this guy play against Quinn Ewers in that 6A title game. In my honest opinion, that guy looked like he was the better quarterback. I know a lot of people put Quinn Ewers as number one, but this guy here looked like he was the better quarterback that entire game, man. I did not watch him throughout the season, so I would not lie like that. But this young man was a fool in that game. He made some of the most electric throws I've seen a high school player make in a very long time. Of course, he was a 4-star recruit at first, but he got bumped up a couple of weeks ago to a 5-star when Quinn Ewers dropped out of the 2022 class and moved over to the 2021 class. I can honestly say that Clemson has another one, man. Excuse my language, please. But Clemson has another one. He's the 26th best player right now. He committed to Dabo Swinney over there, in which I have no problem with that. You know, like I said, you can't keep all quarterbacks in the state of Texas, but I'm shocked that he didn't commit to Texas. And I honestly, firmly believe that Clemson is where he wants to be. So he will not decommit from that. But Clemson fans, you guys got a good one. And he's from the state of Texas. I love seeing the state of Texas in these top 25 rankings. This is the guy to watch out for. I believe he's going to shock the world. He's going to shock the college football world real soon. Jacoby Matthews from Ponchatoula, from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. I don't know. Hey, Louisiana fans, if you're listening, how do you pronounce that? LSU fans specifically, how do you pronounce that? But he's from Louisiana, the 5-star safety. This is a guy I'm really heavy on, man. I believe that guy will commit to A&M. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that. This guy, he's been in arm races. He still has LSU high, but he decommitted from LSU. I honestly believe A&M will get him. I'm going to say that once again. I believe A&M will get him. And I believe that it will be soon. I don't know how soon, but I believe it will be soon. And it's going to be something that pisses a lot of LSU fans off. It's going to be something that pisses a lot of Alabama fans off. The SEC in general. Because, man, look, I'm telling you right now, if and when Texas A&M ends up with the #1 recruiting class, there's going to be a lot of people pointing to the NCAA to say, hey, man, you guys need to go investigate that program over there and see what they're doing. I can already hear. Emmanuel Henderson, running back. Of course, he's with Alabama. He's number 28 best player. Mikael Williams, defensive lineman. He's with USC, 29th best player. The 30th best player in this big boy here, in which I have full confidence in that we will get. I hope that he commits real soon and shuts this thing down. Is Bear Alexander, man. Bear Alexander. I'm not sure of when he will commit, but I hope that it'll be soon and he just kill everything. But that's a guy that the whole A&M family is behind. I mean, when I tell you that we're behind this guy 100% and looking for his commitment, man, hey, I can't say that any clearer. Jayden Lucas, the 31st best player, and he's committed to Clemson. He's the cornerback out there. So these are the guys, and they moved Todd Simpson to a 4-star recruit. They moved him down to a 4-star. He was a 5-star at first, but they moved him down to a 4-star. He's the one that's committed to Alabama at the moment, the quarterback. So that's real shocking there. I know a lot of Alabama fans are mad at that, but that's it. You know, that's all I have for you guys. Once again, breaking news: the tight end from Sweden, Theodore. Let me not get this name wrong here. I hate getting these guys' names wrong, and I don't want to do that. So go down here. Where you at, big fella? I'm not going to get that name wrong at all. I'm not going to do that to you. And them fans, bear with me. I don't want to get all the guys' names wrong. Theodore Ohrstrom. Yes, Theodore Ohrstrom. I had to get that last name. Theodore Ohrstrom, the 4-star tight end from Sweden. He has now committed to Texas A&M University. So this is a really, really big move for us. This solidifies the brand, in which people say that we didn't have one. But this solidifies the man. And we should be getting way more recruits in that 2023 class coming soon. Crazy, right? We're all the way in 2023. Look up, and we've already started offering players in the 2024 class. So, once again, guys, this is Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, Jay Pops. And also, man, hit that subscribe button. Please hit that subscribe button. Let's make this thing go viral. Let's continue that. Also, this was a recommendation from my Aggie family out there to say, they noticed that I didn't have a lot of Aggie stuff on the wall. Like I said, I'm under construction, but he told me to do something like a Cash App. So, hey, man, I'm looking for donors. If you guys want to donate the money to the Cash App, please drop your emails in the comment section and get with me. I will let you guys know my Cash App for you guys to donate to, as I will turn that into a business account. It looks like I got to turn it into a business account. So that's that. But I love all of you guys. Hashtag Eagle Maggots.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter at JPops, on Instagram at JPops, and also on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. Hashtag Eagle Maggots.